Well, ladies and gentlemen, just like we've been saying for weeks, Kamala Harris's campaign is entirely fake. And now it's getting really bad where they have to bus people in across state lines because nobody wants to show up for their rallies. And they've got the Harris campaign, they had like a busing company. They've got all the same yellow buses. It's all branded, it's all theirs, and they rented out multiple buses, possibly 600 to 700 people, for it looks like this outdoor rally in New Hampshire. Now, it came out a few days ago that she was going to be campaigning in New Hampshire, Virginia. And then you've got all the liberal copes saying, oh, Trump is not campaigning in New Hampshire anymore. He's given the state up. Well, then why is she spending time? And they're also spending money having to bus people in. Again, guys, you have to understand Kamala Harris won 0 primaries. She was not liked at all back in March and April. They said that she was dragging down Biden and that Biden should replace her, the VP, with someone else. So, he could, I guess, do better because she was such an unlikable VP. And the only way she's been thrust into this role is because Biden had a horrible debate. If Biden would have been at least mediocre in his debate against Trump, she would still be sitting with a negative 16 approval rating as the vice president right now. But here we are, and it's like they faked everything, and they've got her as like this likable, liberal, badass woman prosecutor. Like she's the new big thing, minority female, but they faked it online, but they can't fake it in real life. In 2020, they got the reprieve of the pandemic. And so they could say, well, we can't have any rallies, we're going to get the most votes ever in the history of US elections, but we couldn't have rallies to show it because of the big bad horrible pandemic. And obviously the pandemic was a worthy excuse. I'm not saying to go out there and have these massive rallies. Obviously they were able to use that as a very good excuse to kind of shield from the fact that Biden really didn't have this groundswell of support, but then he gets all the 85, 90 million votes, whatever it was. What was it, like 81 million, whatever. But you do have in 2024, you really don't have any, you can't hide in the basement anymore. And so they have to have these rallies because it's good propaganda. It shows that your campaign is energized, your base is energized, and this is how desperate they've gotten. Now, there have been multiple instances of this that I have reported on in the past. Recently, like a week ago, there were several buses. They did a news story on buses and people that were taking buses to go to Kamala Harris rallies where there would be a bunch of people, 70, 80 people in a big party bus, and they would interview them, and it was a news story, and it was like the main character of the news story was the bus. I'm not even kidding you. It's like they showed the bus 100 times. I thought it was a busing commercial, but no, that's just the Kamala rally. They're doing a video on it, so there's like 50 buses because she doesn't get any people. And this is the problem. She could get people if she did a rally in New York City. She could get people if she did a rally in Chicago, Illinois. The problem is in these important swing states, you go to cities that maybe don't have huge populations, and you're going to have people that have to drive 20, 30 minutes. We've seen Trump go to rural Pennsylvania. We've seen Trump and really, if you're a campaign, you need to go to these places that they're smaller cities. And so Kamala Harris has to do this. The problem is she does not have the base support that really gives any care in the world about her. They just don't care. And so the question is, do you want to, travel 30 minutes to go see Kamala Harris? Or do we have to get a coalition of buses to do this movement where we bus people in from, 40, 50 minutes away and possibly pay them as well to even come to this rally? This is how bad it is, but it's hard to fake that. You can fake it online and do all the fake engagement and say Trump's horrible, vote for me because Trump's so bad. And I mean, even when you look at online, you look at the follower counts, even on TikTok, Trump just blows her out of the water. And I know that's not an end all be all, but it's like every single metric, Trump is better than Harris, except for, I guess, some of the polls. We know how manipulated those are. And even, Kamala Harris people, their internal people have said that, no, these polls are not correct. She's really losing. She needs to, do not feel safe. This is not looking good. Look at these. It says Yankee, huh? There is now evidence that Kamala Harris bussed in supporters from Massachusetts to her New Hampshire rally. This seems completely believable. This is the same campaign that had to, remember, at the rally, she had her, it's funny how, I highly doubt she's going to do many arenas anymore just because she can't get the support. She cannot get the support. but she had that big arena in Glendale, the same arena that Trump sold out. She had to block off sections because she couldn't sell it out. But even with that rally, that was an invite only rally. It is a massive 18,000 seat arena and it's invite only. That makes no sense. They cannot sell anything out. They have to invite people to make sure people show up. And it's like this exclusive thing. You cannot fake actual people being there. So they're so desperate they have to bus people in from other states to get them to go to these smaller state rallies. This is embarrassing, and it's hilarious to see. You can see, I mean, look at all these buses. You've got all these buses coming in. Wow, just received this message from a local New Hampshire radio host. Will the press covering Kamala's event today ask why she can't get any real New Hampshire residents to attend? Let's see what this says here. I'm getting messages from listeners on the Seacoast who are saying, FYI, that the people going to the Harris event in Northampton are coming from Massachusetts on buses, and they've counted 4 full buses of people, all from Massachusetts with license plates coming in, not New Hampshire voters. This is all desperation. She does not. I mean, here it is. Here's the infomercial. Oh wait, where did Kamala get those buses? I gotta talk. Those are some nice buses. Those are. But guys, I heard this is what's happening. This is what I heard. There's gonna be a campaign commercial about the busing company and how great it is. And so that's like she's running on. Like she's endorsed the busing company. Like look at the Yankee buses. Maybe this is the New York Yankees. I don't know. But no, this was the Yankees. They were coming in. Like look at this. Oh wait, this is 6. This is bus number. Wait, that's bus number 7. Wait, that's bus number 8. Bus number 9, bus number 10. I think there's 2 more back there. Are there 2 more back there? Maybe there's 12. Wait, they said there was 13 maybe? Oh yeah, 12. We've got 2 more, don't worry. Here they are. Bring in all the Kamala supporters that were all paid from, like, they have to, like, send them 2 hours away because nobody actually supports this woman. They have to, there it is. What are all those buses doing, huh? What an absolute joke that is. So yes, but again, this is not surprising. People are like, oh, no, you're lying. Why is this surprising? There's no actual support. This woman did not have a primary. She was installed because of incompetence. Biden was incompetent. Well, it's not even incompetence. Biden is just so old that he couldn't form sentences during the debate and he got crushed. And so now here we are. And she's got no actual support. It's all fake online. It's all Brett Summer. And there's no campaign policies either. She still doesn't have any campaign policies. And this is the same campaign that had to lie and say that Taylor Swift or Beyonce were going to show up during the DNC to get people to watch her speak. This is next level desperate, and it's not too surprising because nobody actually supports this woman in real life. It's just all either Trump hate or it's all fake hype that they used to catapult when she became the nominee. And it's like, you want to talk about the definition of fake hype? See, at least with Trump or with someone who like even Hillary Clinton, they keep comparing Kamala to Hillary Clinton because, you know, the fact the women thing. But it's like you compare the two, and at least Hillary Clinton had momentum. At least there was a narrative behind it. I mean, sure, you could argue that they rigged it for Bernie Sanders, but at least she won the primary, and it was like this whole, oh, it's the first woman president. It was like a big thing. This just seems fake. I mean, they didn't even want this. If it were up to top establishment Democrats, you want the incumbent running because you get an advantage. You know, if Biden had a decent debate, they'd be running an old white dude again. That's who would be the nominee for the Democrats. So it's like, to me, it just seems so much more faker than even Hillary's campaign. When you look at this, because at least there was a narrative there. You've got Lex Friedman saying that he would love to do a podcast with Kamala Harris and other Democratic voices, and you can see all of those. Yeah, do one with Tim Walz. I'm sure he'll be down. Maybe AOC will do one, but it is funny how with these people you have to pull teeth to get them to even talk. It's hilarious. We've got this. Donald Trump has won the coin toss for the presidential debate next week. Trump chose to have the final statement in the debate. So that is very good news for Donald Trump when it comes to the debate. We've got new leaks indicating that the Harris camp is regretting not picking Josh Shapiro as the VP. And of course, we remember it looked like it was going to be Shapiro. Roy Cooper was also potentially an option, Mark Kelly. And then out of nowhere, they choose Tim Walz. Seems like they didn't even vet him properly. And yeah, I think it's another type of like Tim Kaine type. Waltz looks like it. The VP is not going to have a huge impact, but certainly Waltz was not, I would say, a very good choice. It seemed like, Shapiro was Jewish and you had a big coalition and they got nervous. What happened in Michigan, maybe Shapiro being Jewish and being against the Palestinian protesters, that could be a problem there. But either way, guys, I did just want to talk about this fake rally. And at this point, this is why Trump needs to have these massive rallies because it's such a contrast and you can fake it on social media. You can have the fake bots. You can do all of that. You can make it seem it's not even fake. It's just MSNBC. It's just mainstream media reporting on it and the way that they do it with Harris. If you're Trump, you have to have an undeniable amount of support and show it. There is a clear, massive difference between the amount of pure supporters that Trump has and Kamala Harris has. You have to show that. Don't do these things where it's these dinky little rallies and because Harris can have those. You need to have bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger rallies. And so that's what really needs to be happening here. So when you look at this is all fake. It's all ridiculous. Trump needs to have a rally with 200,000 people, just like I said a few weeks ago, to really expose all of this. She can't even get it because, guys, the problem is New Hampshire. It's like if Trump went to New Hampshire, he could get a big rally, but you have to be super famous and super important and well known and loved by people to get these huge rallies in these thousands and thousands and thousands of people in states like New Hampshire, in smaller cities where the campaigns really happen and you go to Pennsylvania, they're going to have huge issues drawing people in smaller towns in Pennsylvania. They're going to have to, they've been doing this multiple times now. This is going to have to be a daily occurrence. They're going to have to use these buses. You want to talk about bad for the environment. Kamala Harris might single-handedly raise the Earth temperature by a degree with the amount of CO2 emissions she's going to be putting out from all these buses. This is 12 buses in New Hampshire. They're going to have to get 30 buses when they do rallies in Pennsylvania. You think that's good for the environment? I don't know about that. Obviously, I'm joking, but it is still funny to think about. Either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.